Christmas in Connecticut is a 1945 film directed by Peter Godfrey. I didn't really know much about this film, but I remember that Barbara Stanwyck is in it, and I love Barbara Stanwyck ever since I saw her in The Lady Eve and Ball of Fire. So this movie is supposedly a Christmas classic, so I decided to borrow it and see if it's any good. It's basically about Elizabeth Lane. She's like a Martha Stewart-like figure. She writes an article on a magazine. She's got a lovely farm in the hills, animals, husband, newborn baby, and she writes delectable, amazing recipes. But the reality is she's a liar. It's a whole big scam. She lives in a hotel room near a restaurant with her buddy Felix. Her buddy Felix is a chef at a restaurant, gives her all of her ideas for recipes. She doesn't cook herself. She doesn't know how to cook. And she's not married. She doesn't have any kids. And the whole shebang blows up in her face because her boss, who is like the owner of the magazine, gets a letter from a nurse asking for her to host an American war hero for a authentic family Christmas dinner. And of course the boss also, he's one of those, Yardley Smith, he's one of those forceful types, so when she tries to get out of it, he like makes sure she says yes, and then he invites himself as well. So she's totally screwed, isn't she? I mean, he's gonna fire her as soon as he finds out she doesn't have a family or a house or she can't cook. So she decides to settle and marry John Sloan. He's this architect that's been after her for a while. The thing is, John has a farm on the hills. So they're gonna get married anyway, so why not do it quickly before they come? Try to, you know, do a little fake it with a fake baby, because they'll save Elizabeth's editor's job, even though she's gonna quit later. So this movie has a pretty high concept for a comedy, but it's not one of those broad comedies, haha, there's not a lot of hijinks. It's more about the chemistry between this American war hero and Elizabeth Lane. They obviously like each other, but she can't say anything because she's not really married. But, you know, they flirt and there's a lot of chemistry. The chemistry just sizzles between Dennis Hogan and Barbara Stanwyck. They're like eyeballing each other the entire movie, and there's a couple of funny set pieces, nothing too hilarious, but it's a simple Christmas film that's really enjoyable. So I give Christmas in Connecticut a 7.5 out of 10.